Little elaboration on Wonder Woman and Harley Quinn. And I'm going to go into this because I think a lot of you guys get the wrong perception. First of all, we know that Harley Quinn from the comics is bisexual. We know that. Okay, she has a relationship with Poison Ivy. She has relationships with the Joker. She has relationships with many other men. We also saw a depiction of the Joker in Suicide Squad, who was also bisexual. However, I again disagree with Rucker in terms of Wonder Woman being bisexual. We know Wonder Woman is very tall, she's very powerful, etc. But you do not put Wonder Woman in the same category as Harley Quinn and as the Joker, just as you don't put Superman and Batman in the same category as Harley Quinn and the Joker. Let me just make this clear so people will understand where I'm coming from, because I think a lot of you guys don't understand. Batman has been in a lot of different relationships with women. Superman's basically been in like two relationships with women, if I'm not mistaken. He in his young youth he was attracted to one woman, and then later on he married Lois Lane. He had a relationship with her. In some iterations, he has a relationship with Wonder Woman and has a child with her in Kingdom Come, I think it is. But my point, anyway, is this: that you don't look at these people like Wonder Woman, like Batman and Superman, and think that they're bisexual. It's just not. It's just not. It's different, you know. So when I heard Rocker talk about her being queer and stuff, I was like, what? You know, because really, no iteration of Wonder Woman that I know about from the comics, and most of the comics, I mean, especially Grant Morrison's sort of take on Wonder Woman, talking about her sister Mala being her lover. I don't know if this she literally mean lover. I think so. To me, that's a skewed concept of Wonder Woman. Um, you know, but you can do your takes on it. I just don't agree with it. Um, Whereas Harley Quinn, I mean, that's classic Harley Quinn. She is bisexual. We knew this from a long time ago. It's explicitly put in her comics. She's Harley Quinn and the Quinnettes and so on. So I mean, it's nothing. I don't see that as a big deal because that's kind of inbuilt into the character of Harley Quinn. I would not say that bisexuality or queerness is built into the character of Wonder Woman. I just don't see it. Right. As to other people's comments on certain things, I'll go into that in a minute or so. But I just wanted to show you guys some cuts of Harley Quinn in her little black book notes. Okay, this is Wonder Woman. She stole Wonder Woman's clothing very cleverly. And Wonder Woman here is beating up some people wearing Harley Quinn's outfit, which she's obviously too big for. Here's another place where she gets back her bracelets and she's kicking butt. And there's Harley Quinn looking at Wonder Woman and stuff like that. Because Harley Quinn can go both ways. Harley Quinn don't care. Okay? My point anyway is this. You have to be able to at least know the ideology of the different characters you're dealing with. I can't say much about Barry Allen's The Flash. Okay? I know the actor playing Barry Allen is queer. But as to Barry Allen, the character of Barry Allen being queer, I don't know. Right? My point anyway is this, that I think some people are trying to change the lore, and it's because of this LGBT thing that they're pushing right now. It seems politically correct to do something like that, and I find that sad, because I don't support LGBT same-sex marriage. I just don't. I don't support abortion either. And no, it's not just because I'm a Christian. It's just, to me, it also doesn't make sense. To tell me that a woman's in charge of her body is one thing. To say that this person's in charge of another person's life, whether they live or die, is another thing. You have to remember, these women will be pregnant with children. They're pregnant with something. Even if it's a cell, it's still potentially a person. And so I'm serious, seriously, dude. I don't believe women are in control of another person's life, whether they live or die. I don't think they should make decisions like that. I don't think anyone should. Unless it's life-threatening, that's another story, and there's no hope for the other person, I get it. But, you know, I think that those are just issues that I just can never support. Does that mean I wouldn't support Hillary Clinton electing her? Absolutely not. I have to look at the big picture. But my point, anyways, is that I'm not accepting of LGBT rights or abortion. and rights in terms of gay marriage, that makes no sense. One thing about a union between people is it's supposed to be able to facilitate creating a family. Nowhere in the nature of animals, in the animal kingdom, can an animal of the same sex merge with another and produce offspring. It just doesn't happen. And that's because, as far as I can see, it has nothing to do with evolution or anything. It's just that opposites attract, and from opposites you get ingredients to form a completely new organism. I'm completely different to my mother and father in terms of the choices I make and what I want to do with my life. Why should I cut off that or skew it so that I have to actually artificially supplement that? For instance, an LGBT couple can't have a family. They have to actually adopt someone to create a family. And that, to me, that's not normal, that's not natural. There are a lot of things that are not normal and natural in this world. There's a lot of variations. Some people are born with 2 heads. Some people are born, with no limbs. All kinds of things happen. Okay, it doesn't mean that's normal. It's not normal for somebody to not have limbs. Okay, it's not. I'm just being real with you. Does that mean you heckle people for that? No, but it just means that it's not normal though. It's people are usually born with limbs. People are usually born with 2 heads. Is it the norm? Is it natural as far as, well, it may be the norm, but is it natural for 2 people of the same gender or same sex to come together? No, it's not. And for anybody who wants to dispute this with me, I can easily give you like a ton full of examples why that's not so. And one of them is primarily they can't build a family. You can't build a family. That tells you one time you're limited. The only way you can build a family is actually extraneously adopt someone out of some other orphanage or something. You're not going to form a family otherwise. That's fundamentals. So, I mean, logically speaking, again, Wonder Woman, I never saw her as queer. I've never really seen evidence that she was queer. I don't care if you say that the guy who created Wonder Woman, he was in a polygamous relationship or on whatever. It doesn't really matter because the character itself that he created was not queer. That's the point. And on top of that, whether he took features from 2 women and probably they were kind of in a sort of bisexual relationship or whatever they were in, the point is he took qualities from them that were uplifting to show equality. The women needed equality with men. That mankind needs to have sympathy and empathy for oppressed people. This is what Wonder Woman symbolizes. She came from an island where men were despised, and she embraced men. She embraced mankind. But she did not embrace everything that was happening in the world. For instance, oppression of other people. Wonder Woman is not for that. She's about love, justice, equality. So that's the feminist values. This is pure feminist values, not the pure LGBT values or the pure gay rights values. Because they're feminists who are gay and they change the thing to say that women are better than men, or some kind of crazy logic like society needs to accept gay rights. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about women should be paid equally as men for the same task. Women should be respected as men for the professional acumen, experience, etc. that they have. They may deal with situations different to men, but that does not make them inferior to them. And this is the whole point behind the thing. I think that true feminists, true real feminists understand that men and women have different roles in the world, but that women should not be limited by the fact that they are different to men. And I think that's what's happening a lot. People saying, oh, they're the weaker gender, blah, 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 blah. And it's just a bunch of baloney to rip them off and to oppress them. And I'm not in support of that. So I'm just making it very clear to you guys that Wonder Woman is not a Harley Quinn. She's not. She didn't just fly with whoever and have liaisons with whoever, and she's not just a bisexual. And I just never saw that in the canon. If you guys can show that to me in the canon, the guy showed me from Rocker's work. But Rocker you can't use Rocker. Rocker's saying that canon has it. You can't use Rocker's work for that. Rocker had to show that he was influenced by something, and he has nothing to show it. Most recently now, they have Grant Morrison trying to bring off this gay slant of Wonder Woman as well.
I just don't get it. Why push for that right now? Because you think it's politically correct because Hillary Clinton's going to be coming about? Come on, man. I don't like where they're going with that. That's my personal opinion. Anyway, I just wanted to leave that with you guys. That people are free to write whatever they want to write, of course, for comic books. But I just don't think that Wonder Woman is a Harley Quinn. I think Harley Quinn is Harley Quinn. Wonder Woman is Wonder Woman. Don't try to make Wonder Woman into Harley Quinn. Just don't do it. You can do it with the Joker. You can do it with Harley. I'm not too sure about the Flash. Maybe Flash. Barry Allen. Maybe gay. Maybe not. But icons like Wonder Woman and Superman, kind of hands off on that. Hands off on those kind of things. Okay. Their ideals of high ideals, Wonder Woman and Superman. Batman is not as high the ideals as Wonder Woman and Superman. But you gotta understand, Wonder Woman is not like Superman in the sense she's a warrior. That's all she did was fight. That's all she's been trained in. So just think about that now. You guys have a great one.